Hey guys! I'm just getting settled in here. So I hope you guys are all ready for your cups of tea, or cup of tea, or cup of iced tea, or hot chocolate, or coffee, because I know some of you are coffee drinkers and not tea drinkers, which is absolutely fine. I've got my, let me move this here so you can see. Is that better? There we go. I've got my cup of tea. Today's cup of tea is a floral tea. You can see, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to tip it over, otherwise that'll be an epic fail. It's a flowering tea, and it's got loads of antioxidants, and this is from the East India Company, the tea company, so it's very yummy, and I can't wait to dig into that. I see all the colourful hearts on the side. It's so lovely to see you guys. Happy midweek already. I keep saying this now on every tea session with you guys, that the time is just flying by. And yet it feels so surreal because this is the 10th week of quarantine. You guys are doing such an amazing job of supporting each other, encouraging one another, keeping your spirits up. Every day is a new day, and I know it gets really challenging. It's kind of like a marathon. And it's so important to check in with your emotional well-being, and honoring all your feelings that you're feeling, whether it be moments of worry, moments of anxiety or uncertainty. It is completely understandable. Just know that you're human. Remind yourself that you're human, and remind yourself that we are experiencing something that we've never been through before. So we are navigating this through this together. All right. Well, welcome. I think this is my fifth. Yes, it's my fifth chat session of Tea with Karen. And I'm so thrilled that you guys are enjoying each of them. Thanks to those of you who tuned in on Sunday with my mama and I. She had such a lovely time with you guys. You know she's adopted each and every one of you, FYI. You're all her kids now, just so you know. And she doesn't even remember joining Instagram, which is the hilarious thing. And she doesn't even remember picking her handler name, which is Jenny David Official. So clearly we're related with the official then. She's officially your mum. So she's on there, and she's learning Instagram, so just bear with her. She doesn't even know how to reply to a comment yet. We'll get her there. And but she reads all your comments, so know that. And she said that she will learn and try to engage more on a regular basis, but she's going to post her quotes and her mama advice and all of that if any of you wish to see. So she's there for you, she said, and she loves you guys so much. Just going through my list here. Oh, and for those of you now who have missed out on the previous tea sessions, don't worry, because we have put everything on my YouTube channel. I do have a website that we're working on at the moment, and I'm hoping that it can go live at the end of this week, so I will keep you posted. But you can go to Karen David TV on YouTube. So I know some of you have to go to work, and I hope you're keeping safe and being well. Thank you for all that you do. Being back at work, and I know there's so many mixed emotions going through our heads of, you know, wanting to stay home but then having to go to work because we all have bills to pay. So just please be safe, be safe, be safe. And for those of you who are staying at home, well, I hope you're finding ways to keep yourselves inspired. And it could be through anything. Are you guys baking a lot? I'm baking so much right now. And I've got to be careful because, you know, the waistline and all that. Oh, gosh. But baking is so therapeutic. And Danielle Russell and I are planning a few baking sessions with you guys. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be so much fun. A big happy birthday shout out to Emily at Emelina. Happy birthday, love. I hope you're having a lovely day. And the Tea with Karen challenge. It is so wonderful to see so many of you posting your photos of giving yourself a hug. We can't hug anyone right now unless you're quarantining with loved ones or family, but we can certainly give ourselves a hug. Did it make you laugh? Did it make you smile when you gave yourself a hug? Did it make you feel good for a minute that you're just giving self-love, saying, hey, you're doing good, kid? And if it did, that's what it's all about. And it was just so heartwarming to see all your pictures. We're loading up all the photos from the tea challenges and putting them on the website. So it is an honor and a tribute to you guys for all that you do for yourselves and for your families and friends, especially during these challenging times. So that wall of dedication will be going up on the website. So stay tuned for that. I'm so excited about this week's giveaways, care package giveaways. My dearest friend Lisa Stocke, I was in the original cast with Lisa in Mamma Mia. She played the original Sophie, the first ever Sophie in Mamma Mia. And she is such an amazing singer. I don't know if you guys saw, she was performing in this year's Oscars as one of the Elsas representing Norway. So she was there. She's an amazing singer. She is all about well-being and health and well-being, and she is an independent consultant to Arbonne. So she has kindly donated some goodies using Arbonne products. So I'm going to be choosing with Luke Youngblood, Papa, who's coming on in a second. I know he's on here, so I can't wait to bring him on. Lukey and I will be drawing out 2 names this afternoon, and 2 of you will win some lovely products by Arbonne. So thank you, Lisa, so much for your kindness. Now, without further ado, I'm so excited to bring my best friend, Luke Youngblood. You know him as Magnitude, Pop, like I said. I can't do it as coolly as he does, from Community. You also know him as Lee Jordan from the Harry Potter films. And of course, you know him as our beloved Sid from Galavant. So I'm going to log on now and bring Luke. So Luke will be joining us momentarily.
Hold on, are we here?
Kaza! Oh my gosh, you look so fly.
Listen, I haven't even worked out hardly at all, so I'm glad that these shadows and the highlights are making it happen.
That's not even fair.
Hold on, let me...
You know, Luke could look at a piece of gym equipment and he'll already get muscles just by looking at it.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking.
Yeah, but see, I wish that kind of osmosis kind of worked for me, because when I look now at we've been baking a lot, so we baked some sourdough bread, and just looking at it, I've now become a big sourdough bread. So I want that to happen ideally when I look at my Peloton.
But no, this is the time to be doing this though, because these snickerdoodle cookies were made by Shalia, and it's the time, like, if we're gonna overindulge, now is the time to do it. Who knows what's coming next, Karen? Just go for it. No?
Yeah, but Lukey, you can get away with it. Those days are well over for me. It's
we
like
can all get away with it.
You eat a snickerdoodle and you gain a muscle. I eat a snickerdoodle and I gain 10 pounds.
Nice.
Where's the fairness in that? Except, or now I'm just having a lovely floral tea.
Mine's throat coat, because these vocal cords have been getting worked recently.
You have been super busy in voiceover world.
That's crazy.
Where do we even start? You've been busy on your show Glitch Techs, and then Fast and Furious Spy Races.
Yeah.
And then
It's
are there any
so
other projects you're allowed to announce? Because I don't want to.
not yet. There's three three that I'm not allowed to talk about. One, yeah, one's a new pilot, and two are video games.
Yeah.
But that's all I can say at the moment. It's so annoying because like when you're in situations like this, like people always want to know what it is that you're working on, or things that you're doing, or things that they can expect to see in the future.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing, but I just can't say anything. And it's like you just want, like, you want to be able to share it.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much fun, and you just know it's going to be so damn cool
I
as
know,
well.
especially when you're working and you're in it and you're doing it. You're like, oh, I wish I could tell people, but you can't, and it's so hard.
Well,
So,
the thing is, I guess like we could, but then they would just sue us. So there's always that option.
Yeah, we've got so many NDAs to sign.
Yeah.
So Lukey and I also just, when was it? 2 weeks ago, we just booked new voiceover jobs, and they're quite big ones. And of course, we've both signed NDAs, so we can't tell you guys anything. But I never thought I'd say this, but because we were talking about this last week, that I have never been more grateful for closet wardrobes. You know, I look at them in a whole new light because they've become now glorified, padded out.
Completely.
Where
Speaking of a whole new light, sorry, Karen, I'm just going to see. I've stolen this ring light from Shalia. I'm just going to see if it.
Oh, look at you!
Hold on.
You're putting
Let's
some
go for
lights.
that.
Some nice.
Oh, but then I can't see. I can't see you.
How does that work? I don't see the ring.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit more. Yeah, that's a bit better. You just look like you've got a massive halo around your head now. Well, it's perfect. You're an angel, darling. You're an angel.
Angel, right? Just tell Carl that, because sometimes he says I'm not an angel.
I'll let him know. I'll text him. But no, it's funny that you say that, because anytime like if I'm chatting to you or Mela or like just Zara, who you worked.
I know.
Wait,
is it a small world?
Anyway, but everybody's in their, like, just in amongst their clothes recording all of these things because you need as much insulation as possible. Oh, yeah. But it's great that we're still able to, like, just so fortunate to be able to kind of keep doing this. Yeah. Because Karen, this is wild, man. It's just so wild to think that the whole world has come to a standstill.
I know. Well, look, like I said, no one's missing out on any FOMO. That's for sure. Because we're all going through this together, and I think every day in the news, like it can really become overwhelming. So I kind of just check in on the morning, and then once in the evening, just a recap of the news. It can be so overwhelming. I think it's so important to take breaks away from that, because we're hearing more new things, each day. Yeah,
exactly.
And it looks like now, in California at least, it hasn't been officially announced. I don't think so, not yet, but it's looking very likely that we're going to be having the stay-at-home orders until August even.
Well, yeah, and I personally think it's a good thing, because like right now I'm in Atlanta, right? Yeah. And so Georgia's kind of open, but it's just the weirdest thing, because like the numbers haven't been subsiding as much, and it's like, I think we should just stay at home and just try to get this thing under control first.
I know here they've moved into phase 2, so businesses are allowed to be open. Most businesses are allowed to be open, but for curbside pickup. So that's sort of better, but it's a tricky thing, because until the numbers go down, it's just safest to stay at home, and I know it's so trying, because there's moments where you feel really agitated at this, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to pull my hair out right now. But then I just think that's a moment where you need to do some meditation, go for a walk, go on the treadmill, or like do something that immediately, this is what I've been telling the gang, immediately it's so important to just do something very quickly that's going to give you just a burst of positivity, and
Yeah.
that could be going for a quick walk, or doing some exercise, or playing your favorite music and doing a dance off at home, or watching your favorite TV show or film, just picking up a book, anything that's going to
Hmm.
give you a spurt of good energy, because we need to keep checking in with ourselves, because like I said, this is something that we've never been through before. So
Yeah.
and we are in this for a while, and it is very much like a marathon, and you've got to pace yourself, you know. So
Totally. It's true, because like you just want to burn through every Pixar movie on Disney Plus, and it's like, no,
no,
no, you need to stretch them out over the course of however long.
I know, right? And there's no, it's a judgment-free zone, is what I've always said. You know, if you feel that you need a day to just rest and just veg out and just watch films, then do that.
Karen,
You
I've
know.
been the laziest I've been, I think, ever in my whole life. And
Cheers.
cheers to that. And it feels great.
Yeah.
Like literally sleeping for like that. I'm lucky enough to be able to do this,
Yeah.
but like sleeping for kind of as long as I want and not having to set my alarm that often, or yeah, just being like, oh yeah, maybe I'll just read a book today, or maybe I'll like it feels nice that I've had the time to slow down,
Yeah.
but it's weird just because it's so rough at the same time.
I know. I'm having the weirdest dreams. I'm
Mm.
also sleeping so deeply, and I'm a light
Yeah,
sleeper. Like I hear
yeah,
everything, but yet when I'm out, I am out. But then I think it's just knowing, your subconscious just knows that, okay, you're at home, so you're kind of like,
mm-hmm.
it's that kind of deep sleep you have when it's the holidays, whether it's Thanksgiving or like Christmas, Hanukkah, you know, it's like you are just fully committed to relaxing. And I feel like that's happening now. Um,
Yeah.
my mom reminded me, as you know, Mama, by the way, Luke is like,
Jenny!
never had.
How
She
is she? How is she doing?
she's so well. She's watching now. Mama's watching now. So
Oh,
say hi.
hi, Mama. How
um,
are you?
she she said that, especially for people like us that are constantly traveling, constantly on the go, work, long hours and all that. She said you've got to take this time to just enjoy this time to be still. I mean, even Milo is kind of weirded out that he's seeing
Yeah.
so much at home. So, but I'm enjoying it. I'm actually stopping to smell the roses, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying things that I never could really do before, like gardening, and like I find delight in
Yeah.
the little tiny things, like be it, you know, trimming the dead ends of the flowers or whatnot,
Yes.
or
Exactly.
planting. But Luki, I was looking through our pictures,
Oh
and
yeah,
we have so many pictures in our journey.
Karen. So so
I'm
many.
spoiled choice. I mean, we really have been through a lot.
Those yeah, those dungeons that we were in for weeks on end. You know what's so funny about that as well? Because I was thinking about it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Where it's one of those things on paper where it seems like a really great idea, and then in practice, because who was it? Oh gosh, I
Can
can't
you just
remember
like
his name.
being in
It's
a
really bad.
dungeon and filming in a dungeon for like 15 hours of the day
But it
for
was
how
the
many
bars.
episodes?
Karen, remember it was like, yeah, that was a really great take, but you didn't hit the mark, so you were actually blocked by the bar. Like having to
I know.
be in between all those bars all the time was crazy.
Like,
Juggling a
what?
million different things. It's like, oh no, I need to
Trying to peek in.
be just here. But
Uh,
no, that was
remember this?
wild.
We've been royals together.
That's when we almost got married, remember?
Yeah. Fancy that. I wouldn't mind.
Karen, I look like a baby. You look the same. I look like a damn baby.
I love it. Look how gorgeous you look in your armor.
Oh, Kelsey,
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, we've even had our, you know, moments of disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jenny. Photo bombing. I love this one. We've actually thrown pies at each other as well.
That the thing is as well. Whose house were we in?
We were at Max's in London.
Max's house.
We've been filming on Galavant.
And yeah, I remember it. And that place got destroyed completely. That cake was yummy though. That chocolate cake. Oh, maybe I should try and make one.
I think you should too. Make your chocolate pie, because that would have been. Do you remember when we finished filming? We got a haircut together.
Yes.
Remember that? That was back in London.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've travelled together. Our training photo going up to set.
I think that's one of the things as well that a lot of people didn't realize, like, because we shot in England.
Yeah.
And then you and I were like from London. Mm-hmm. And so anytime like we'd have downtime, like us wanting to go home, it's just like, oh my, just like get me home. Anytime I like see my friends, see my family, just kind of like be in surroundings that you know.
I think it was you, Vinny, and I were the only three that had bases in London, because I have my home in London. You've got a home in London. Vinny's got his home in London. So it was very easy for us to, when we're not needed in up in Bristol, that we come back, because we do have family and friends. It was the perfect balance. The perfect.
It really was.
I couldn't believe my lucky stars when I booked this job with you guys, that it was an American show, but it filmed in England. And it allowed us to spend the summer months, the best months in England.
And it hardly rained as well. Those 2 years, it hardly rained.
It was like July. We were there from July until October, November. It was absolutely perfect. It was the perfect job, the perfect like location. Look, remember horse riding together?
Oh my God, Fuego!
Yes, and Bendy.
Fuego was the one. Oh
my
gosh.
We used to go visit. So guys, what we did is even after we finished filming, we would go and visit our horses. And we would spend time with them. We'd bring them apples and carrots. And Luki and I would just go for a hack. And it would just be so, it was so wonderful. I'm just looking at all these photos.
And you know, the thing is, like, remember those horses? Karen, look at us giving the looks.
I know. Look at you. Look at you.
Like,
Luki's always looking so fly.
Right, let's get it.
Red carpets together. So what were you saying about the horses, love?
That they've been in more projects than all of us put together.
I know.
Because when I was talking to Natalie, who is in Game of Thrones, and she's like, oh, Fuego, yeah. Like, everyone knows Fuego. And then even Naomi, when she was doing Star Wars, they had used Devil's Horseman horses as well. Yeah. And they just go, because I remember Laura saying that they travel all over the world.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Bendy, he was on, like, this center page cover feature of Empire magazine or something, and had Russell Crowe riding him, or he had Eva Green, like all these huge people. I'm like, oh, Marion Cotillard. I'm like, okay, you know, Bendy's like, I know Karen David, okay.
Just another day at work. Where are the apples, man? Where are the apples?
It's like big superstars. Well, I want to say, I was going to say he's had all these superstars riding him, but that doesn't sound right. Riding on horseback. I just want to clarify. This is a family show. So I saw that picture, and then do you remember this? Our interview we've done.
Oh yeah,
together.
I think Vinny wasn't Vinny having a party at the same time that we were there or something.
Oh yeah, we were at Vinny's house, and then we had to leave quickly in between.
Yeah, I think because I don't think I got to go, but
didn't you? I thought we went back.
No, I don't know if you might have, but I just didn't go to his fortress.
Oh, his fortress.
I've heard the story.
Remember voguing in the?
Oh my goodness, Karen, you've got all of them.
Look, I've got so many.
I think these are in my Instagram or something.
Do you remember that
in Morocco? Was that? There was what was I watching the other? I was watching the sequel to Romancing the Stone. Jewel of the Nile or something,
Yeah,
I think it's called.
there.
Don't watch it. But it's, or I mean, you can, but I won't be.
Yeah, you will.
Spend time with that one again. But no, they filmed there. So they filmed it in the exact same places that we were. We were like running through the all the streets having those battles and that.
Yeah,
But it was just so cool to see it in something else.
and then look with Mama.
Oh, Karen.
When we were recording at Peter Gabriel's
Yeah.
for Galavant, and Mum was there, and
That was so nice.
now
I'm
gonna show on the last. I thought I'd end this and show this bit. You're gonna kill me.
Oh no! Don't do it, Karen. What is it?
Luki, I would never ever post anything that.
What is it?
Luki and I have this debate, right? He's like, no. And I said, but Luki, you sound so cute. And like,
what?
Everyone needs, I mean, you sound exactly like
Oh,
me.
oh my God.
It's embarrassingly gassy. Leaves its dirty underwear in piles around the place. It has a sort of smell. And it thinks that you don't notice. And it blurts out things that make you want to smack its stupid face. And it's so confusing. It annoys you half to death. Then it grits that donkey grin. And you can't catch your breath.
Oh my God. I completely forgot that I even done that because I was sat outside. I don't know if Dan was there at the time. I don't even know if Alan was there. I can't remember who was there. Cos was there for sure, but Alan was probably there, and I think Dan was there as well. And I was just like, no, I need to catch this, man, because the song is such a beautiful song and so funny, and I wanted the song, so I decided that I was going to capture myself singing the song too.
It's so funny because I grabbed my phone afterwards and the videotaping, taking a behind the scenes coverage, and all of a sudden I see Luki. I'm like, what's this? And then I play it, and it's that video guys on my phone. Luki just recording himself on my phone of him lip syncing Love is Strange. And I just thought, oh, that just made my day. And I knew one day I just have to show everyone here. See, that wasn't so bad. That was fun.
No, it wasn't. I was concerned of what it was going to be.
Oh, you mean your dancing video? No, I didn't show that.
Could have been that one.
Just, guys, I mean, Luki and I always have the best of times. Definitely the brother I never had. And I think like everyone who knows Luki, they just immediately light up.
Oh, Karen.
No, they light up because you're this ray of light. You're this bundle of joy. You're so flipping cool, effortlessly cool, which is so unfair. And gorgeous and so talented, like the complete package. And everyone just lights up the minute your name comes up. It's like, Luke! Everybody loves Luke. So I think you should have a show now called Everybody Loves Luke.
Well, I mean, I feel like my ego is big enough to just present that message after you just said that. So yeah, I appreciate it.
You have a lot of adoring fans, and we have a lot of Galavant fans here too, especially, and your fans and Harry Potter, and they sent a bunch of questions in.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to read some off of the bottom here. So for those of you, if you do want to ask Luki a question, at the bottom you'll see a question mark. If you click on that, you'll see the Q&A pop up and you can type in your question. And I'm just going through some of those. So at Lainey Christine asks, what would Sid and Isabella be doing if they were quarantined? I mean, we know about this because we spent so much time in a dungeon together.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's like easy peasy, like been there, done that.
I think we'd be hatching for sure. We'd be hatching a plan to get out.
Yeah,
But I feel like it would kind of be like the type of thing that obviously we're not supposed to be outside and all of that. So it'd be a way to go out without being detected and then come back. Like go out, get the supplies, or go out and get the jewel of Valencia.
Yeah.
Come back home.
But it's very
I think
because we're in are we in Valencia or Hortensia? Let's say we're in Valencia in the dungeon.
yeah.
But aren't we in the dungeon?
But then no, but then if we're not in the dungeon, all right, say we're in the castle. So then we like have shows, puppet shows, jousting.
No jousting. No gathering by the elder tree to read stories.
Yeah, what was the line? Can't do it, Karen.
What else? What else? Yeah, we'd have to.
I'd be making dolls because I have my dolls collection.
That's right. You'd be painting your.
But they're actually small figurines, so there you go.
Detailed figurines.
Exactly, detailed figurines. So I think I would just be spending time kind of like really concentrating on the arts and crafts of it all.
I think so. And I think maybe Izzy would be, because I take it we'd all be quarantining together. I have a feeling we'd all go back to and Papa's castle in Valencia, and we'd all quarantine there, just like a certain amount of people there. And that would be that. Right? I think I'd be in the room or in the study or in the library writing stories for future storytelling readings around the tree.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, gosh, that's such a good question. Okay. Let's see. At strawberry_Sadie, she says, what was it like on the set of Galavant? She's a huge fan, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's really funny because when you're like, oh, it was such a dream job, and then there's another job that comes along, oh, this is a dream job, and it's like, no, it really was one of those dream jobs. And I think that having the comedic aspect that a lot of the show is kind of like centered around made for such a nice set, because like there wasn't ever anything that was like heavy or like even the long days where it was like 14 hours or pushing like 14-hour days or whatever, and for you like 16 hours because you've been in hair and makeup for 4 hours before we've even got on set. It didn't feel it didn't ever feel like, oh, I don't want to be here, and the fact that we get to be funny and sing songs that are written by Glenn Slater and composed by Alan Menken, who basically wrote our childhoods, the soundtrack to our childhoods in that way, and be in England and wear these costumes that we never ever get to wear if we weren't in a part of this project. It just was everything all in one that was just so much fun. It was so much fun. And also like kind of getting to work with different cast members, because there were times where it was we kind of like split off and then we all joined together, and then season 2 the dynamics had shifted, so it was kind of nice to have that.
I missed you so much because
I know
it was us together in season 1, and gosh, it was a different. I mean, I loved, like you said, working with so many other of our cast and everything, which is so wonderful. I loved you and Vinny together, which was so funny.
Vinny was great. He is so funny.
Vinny is such a sweetheart, guys. Like, he's got that, tough exterior and all that, but he's got the biggest, sweetest, kindest heart. And he would bring, I don't know if many of you knew this, but anytime that Vinny was on set, and if you were doing a scene with Vinny, you would be treated to his daily sausage rolls that he would send the drivers out to go and get sausage rolls from Greg's, and
for everybody,
and he'd bring them in, and we would all have sausage rolls and a cup of tea
at 11 o'clock.
I know.
Z's.
Man, oh man, perfect. Like when I knew that we were going to be on set with Vinny, I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat this, because I want to save to eat the sausage roll.
Mm-hmm. And he makes sure that you got them as well. Like, oh, you get the sausage roll. You know, I'll keep one for you in the back. He was so good. He was so great.
There's so many memories. Like, I will say this is that we laughed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The moment when we didn't laugh, we were constantly laughing from the
Yeah.
minute that we stepped foot on set to the end of the day. I would wake up in the morning with the biggest smile on my face, and I would go to bed at night with the biggest smile on my face, just thanking the angels, the heavens, the gods above and universe, just saying, my gosh, I am going to relish and just hold on to these moments, you know, and try to remember every second of it, because you never know when it's going to come to an end. So it's just, I'm just so happy that the show happened, and I'm so happy that I met my brother.
Yeah, man. Kazza, you know, sorry, you can't get rid of me now, so...
No, you can't get rid of me.
You
You can't get rid of me now. That's it. You're stuck with me now. So Mary Hayo, and I hope I pronounced your name right, love, asks you, how do you feel about acting on a video game?
It is so great, and you've had experience with this yourself, Karen, because it feels like theatre. And a lot of the time, like especially Karen and myself living in Los Angeles, we don't really get to do theatre in the same way as it was like when we were back in London. There just isn't as much theatre there. And so everything being like TV and film, you hardly ever have that that feeling where you are going to just go through an entire scene without a break, and you get like long rehearsal periods, and you also just have to create the whole world that you're in, because there's nothing there. You're literally on a soundstage with maybe a table and some like marks that is like, oh, here's where the telephone is, or here's where the ammunition is, or whatever. And then you need to build out the entire world in your mind, and you're there with these other characters, and you're also in these like Tron suits, so you look sick, and you know, like you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm creating something special here.
Yeah.
And then getting to see it in real time, your avatar in the environment that the game designers have made right there and then, is completely mind-blowing.
Oh,
the process is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just so wild.
To see how it really is like being a kid and your imagination just soaring, because endless possibility. You know, when as kids, you know, you get together with your friends and you play, you know, different games. Like you pretend that you're going on an adventure, and oh look, there's a big dragon, and you see it, and you really commit and believe as a child that there's a dragon.
And sometimes that's my god, like it's right there.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
It's a video game. And
it's always a surprise as well, like when you finally get to see it. Because there's a game that I'm working on, I think is going to come out in the summertime. Didn't hear that from me. But I think it's going to be around the summertime. And I'm sure when I see it, it's going to be even bigger and better than what I expected, you know?
When I saw the previews of Call of Duty, the one that just came out, I was absolutely floored. I was like,
Karen, have you played it yet?
Sorry?
Have you played it yet?
Oh, Carl's played it. He's like,
has he clocked it?
He's like, when do I get to your bit? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. You've got to.
You've got to go through the game, mate.
It's like, you got to play the game, yeah. And my nephews too. I earn massive brownie points with Matthew and Jamie for doing these cool video games, and I really think like video gaming now, my gosh, it just keeps getting better and better. Like they're upping the game, the narrative. Yeah, it's so funny. We have a funny.
Who's calling?
So it's on the iPad, and on every every tea with Karen, the iPad goes off. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Who is it?
It's on silent, and it's still. So I feel like, you know what?
Look, Karen, if you need to call it short, you know, you've got more important things to do. Send me back. You gotta go.
No, I just no, it can wait. I have to look at it because it's bizarre. It's like every single time, and it doesn't ring at all for the rest of the day. Only when I'm doing a tea with Karen session, the iPad go off. It's like everyone laughs because they know it's tradition now. So, okay, so let me see what other questions we've got here. New ones popping up. Okay, what would you... Okay, I'm just going through. Okay, what are your... Lukey, do you want to do some shout-outs while I look at some questions here?
What do you mean shout-outs?
So everyone that's saying
Daniel
hi,
Dawson.
can you see everyone that's saying hi? If you just read out some names and say hello, then we can multitask at the same time.
Okay. Hello back, Emma. Hold on. I sound like a crazy one right now. Emma S. Berger.
Emma S. Berger, yeah. You said it beautifully.
Oh, I put a G in there, but a different type of G. Hi guys, hi. Evil Regal K. Hi, Carolyn Stetzer. Hey, Becky 92. Hey.
Okay, so here.
This is so funny.
This
is my first time doing an Instagram live situation.
Are you serious, Nikki?
Yeah.
You got your cherry, your Instagram cherry.
You did. What's up, Swan Queen 96? You know what? I'm assuming that like 96, 92 are the years that people are born, and it's making me feel very old.
If you're feeling old, then you're being ancient, so don't even go there.
Karen, you're younger than I am, so I don't know what you're talking about. And I'll be 34 next month, so. So OUAT, I'm blind, guys. OUAT in Holland asks, what did you like the most about working together? What do I pick?
I don't even know where to start.
I know. Karen and I, one thing I will say, Karen and I were very good at letting each other know if, like, after lunch, we had things in our tea. So, like, we would be, going for a shot, and then Karen would be like, Luke, okay. And I'm like, wait, oh my God, I got it. Mm-hmm. No, the next one over. Yeah. Okay, thanks. And it'd be like our close-up. So we had each other, I think us two having each other's backs was probably one of the core foundations of what made it so great being on set with you. But also just getting to do such silly things.
You mean dancing with horses? And trying to keep the horses from the grass and singing Hero's Journey. It's like, stay look at the camera. Why can't this horse just listen? I think in between one take, you and I would, because they were just, that's it. Like, grass is like chocolate for horses. So I remember you and I were trying to like keep them from eating the grass. And at one point, I completely forgot that the cameras were rolling, because Laura had said, just tell Bendy no. So at one point, I had enough, and I looked at him, I said, no! And Koch was like, Chris Koch, our director, was like, you do know we're rolling. I was like, oops, sorry. No, the cameras were rolling. Like, I had a moment of just madness, and I completely forgot, because he's so strong, and I'm so
I think that was one of the things that was so surprising to me as well, is that I remember when we first started doing the horse riding lessons, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be fine. It's just going to be like driving a car, except you just have the reins and you just steer. If you want to go that way, steer left, pull on the left if you want to go to the left. It is nothing like driving a car. Because obviously, I don't know why I thought that. And these animals have a mind of their own because they're animals and that's what they do. But they're also like 4-year-olds in the sense that they're just not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
And they just want to go and hang out and have fun with their friends. And if their friends are eating grass over here, they're like, yeah, let me get some of that grass, some of that hay. And yeah.
Guys, I feel like you guys should all know that Lukey was just coming into horse riding. You were relatively new to it.
I hadn't done it before.
Yeah, which makes what I'm about to tell you even more jaw-dropping, because I will never forget when they were just practicing. They said, Lukey, just kind of run up to the horse and just jump on it, get on it and mount it from a run.
Oh, the vault.
And Lukey, first time, did it.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. Also, because Josh was trying to do it. And then I was like, a little bit of competition there. I was like, no, the squire's going to get
You nailed it the first time.
And I jumped up, and then I was just like, oh yeah, it's pretty simple. In my head, I was like,
And then they said, okay, let's see what else Luke can do. Like go from one horse and jump onto the other horse. And
but these are the things I was like, I want to like. But there were quite a lot of stuff like that we wanted to do on camera. Because even like you with your sword fighting and things like that, like you want to do the most, like really kind of like show your skills and have fun with it. But just because of storylines or whatever, it was just like they kind of held us back sometimes. It's like, no, man.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
How many bloopers we had with the horses, though? How many times? Like, it's so funny.
So many.
Do you...
What are you going to say?
I was going to say, dancing with the horses in togetherness. And I don't know what happened. We kind of tripped. You... Because we were doing like a run Rosie. And then you went down. And then Josh went down, and I literally sat on his head.
Because we had to look back, up at the camera, and we had to kind of lean on each other's shoulder blades. And the timing just wasn't right. And I think I went too early. Josh went next, and it was over.
That's why I was screaming with laughter, because I couldn't move, and the more I tried to dig myself up, I was just like, I was sitting and then you came to help me up. I was like, oh, thank God, this is not really, this is not.
I got it on camera though.
I know. And then you remember my horse?
Yo, Sam, what's up? Sorry, I just see my friend Sam.
Oh, your friend Sam's there?
Yeah, he's back in London, I think, if he hasn't been stuck somewhere else. I hope you're well, mate. How are you?
It's so good to see friends also joining here too. So
yeah,
friends and our friend fans and our extended family, like people from all over the world are like joining in to say hello, like Ryan Grow. And it's trying to keep up, as they scroll.
I know, that's the thing as well, because like, it just keeps on going, and I don't want my eyes to just be like down here reading the thing. Like I want to still be in the room with you, So.
Oh God! See, every time we talk about Galavant things, we just start laughing. But I'm sure I saw a bunch of questions about your experiences on Community playing Magnitude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's a beloved, iconic character.
It was.
Did it pop up? Okay, ready?
No. I just did like a little, it might come out later. We'll see what happens. Is
there a way of doing it? I feel like it's like a Bollywood dance in a way.
Kind of, but it's just more like, it's just big, like, you just feel it in your body. I can't describe it. That was the thing. I remember going into audition for it.
Did you make that up, or?
No, that was written in the script.
Okay.
But that was all that was written. It was just like Magnitude, a one-man party type thing. And so I was like, all right, well then I'm going to be a one-man party. I remember showing up to the audition and I get there and it's like that scene that we've seen so many times in movies. I think there was one in La La Land where she like shows up and everyone looks like her. Mm-hmm. And so I show up and there's just like all the black guys in Hollywood at this audition. And so I'm just like, man, I was like, all right, well, I just got to go in and just do my thing. And so I walk in, I walk in the door, and they're like, hey, you know, like me going, hi, this is so, whoever, you know, do you have any questions? And I was like, no. And they said, okay, go. And it was literally me just entering the room, and I'm like, yo, 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 pop, pop. And then I start like dancing around the room and like just doing my thing. All of them were dying with laughter. And I finished and I was just like, all right, bye. And then I walk out. And literally like maybe two hours later, I got a call from a manager. And he was like, yeah, you booked it. And I was like, oh my God, amazing. Because I just was not expecting it. I just didn't know what it was going to be.
But I know your dance moves, Nikki. I mean, this
guy
here can throw it down on the dance floor. Yeah. So I could just imagine that you just brought your A game to the room, and that was that. Nailed it.
Something else just took over. But then, Karen, I get to set, and I was like, community, like, I've heard of that show. Like, I hadn't really watched it. And also, this was like before streaming was a thing. So you couldn't even really look stuff up online. Like, there wasn't a lot of footage on YouTube. It just was, you couldn't really access stuff that was on TV in the same way you can now. And so I get there, and then I'm like, oh, that's John McHale. Oh, that's, John Stewart. Oh, that's That's That's
Danny,
and like yeah, Danny was there, and flipping Ken Jeong, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is crazy. And then me and Ken are like improvising, and it was cool because they kept part of that in the final cut of the episodes. I was like, okay, that's it. And then I remember Joel came up to me afterwards and was like, man, that was so great. I'm sure you'll be back. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, you know, like people say stuff, Karen. I was like, yeah, all right. If I'm back, I'm back.
Yeah.
But they kept bringing me back again and again and again. And hats off to the writers, because even though that was pretty much the only thing I said, for them to continue to reintroduce me every episode in a different way they were just so creative. So
also a testament to your work and your talents and just you being you, love. And
thanks, Karen.
You know, and people loving and enjoying working with you, and also the fans, you know, they're the ones that also dictate, you know, about which characters.
Absolutely. And that's something that everyone's always watching as well, because it's like, if people don't like something, they're gonna do something about it, you know? And so yeah, it's just really cool. It was just such a great job that's kind of like led on to other jobs. And
you've done so many. I wish I could talk obviously with you for hours and hours. But we only have a few more minutes. But you've done so many such amazing roles, like playing Lee Jordan in your Harry Potter films. I mean, what an experience! Because you started. How old were you then when you first started?
When I started those, I was 14. I think it was like 14 and a half. I was like, 14, because it was like around September time. And I just finished The Lion King. So
you were the original cast of The Lion King.
Yeah. So I played young.
Well.
Yes. And I played young Simba. And that's me and Natalie Emmanuel were young Simba and Nala, and we did the first ever show. I remember on our previews, and it was the 24th of September, 1999, and she was 10 and I was 13, Karen. And I don't think any of the kids, at least, realized how big it was. Maybe Dominique did, actually. But we hadn't seen anything from New York or anything, and we get there and we're sat in the theater when we finally moved into the theater after our rehearsals and stuff, and just seeing that whole opening sequence with not even any animals on stage was mind blowing. And I was like, whoa, this is kind of a big deal.
What a
And
cool job to have. I
it
mean,
was so
especially when you're
epic.
13, it's like that's such a cool job. And then to go from that to Harry Potter, I mean,
Yeah.
this is
And
your
it was
life.
Dominique who was one of the young Nalas as well. Her and I, we did the opening night together, and that was the only show that we performed together. But she was reading the Harry Potter books when we were in rehearsals. And I remember she was talking to it. She was like, oh, you know, these books are so good. They're about a boy who's a wizard, but doesn't really know he's a wizard. And I'm like, how can you be a wizard and not know you're a wizard? And she's like, no, Luke, trust me. Like, I'm not, the way that it's written is so good. And I was like, all right, all right. So it comes around, and my agent calls and says I had an audition for this thing called Harry Potter. And I was like, what, Harry Potter? I've never heard that before. And I was like, oh my God, it was the thing that the books that Dom was talking about. So I go in, and they give me like a little kind of like background on the character. He presents this game, this like wizard game. They're flying around on broomsticks and stuff. I was like, all right, cool.
Quidditch, right? Quidditch?
Quidditch, yeah.
Quidditch, yeah.
And so the casting director, she was like, okay, this is the scenario. We don't have any lines, like there's no script. So just go, just commentate, just do it. So I'm just there, which has like really helped with the video, a lot of the video game stuff that we do, Kaza.
Yeah.
Making this whole thing up. I'm just like seeing these people fly around and oh, Harry Potter, da, 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 and over here and I'm just making this whole thing up. My mum sat outside in the car. It's like in the middle of, you know that street in London, Denmark Street, where they have all the music. Yeah, so it was in an office at the top of Denmark Street.
I know which office you're talking about. Yeah.
My mum sat outside because it's the height of the summer. She's hearing me screaming and shouting about all this magic stuff, people flying around. And she's like, what the hell is going on up there? And she says to me, when I'm still in the room, the casting director was like, okay, I'd like to bring you to meet the director. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And they don't usually tell you that, like that you're going to go through right away. But anyway, I was like, all right, cool. I said, so I have a question. She's like, yeah. And I said, when is this going to be on TV? Like, what TV channel is it going to be on? And she's like, oh, no, this is a Warner Brothers feature film. And I was like,
darling, let's get this right.
Like, oh, yeah. And so...
and look where, I mean, look where your journey has just led you to now.
It's just been so wonderful. That the doors that have opened from like project to project I've just been so fortunate.
But you know, Licky, again, that is a testament to your hard work and having such a great attitude on your shoulders and being just a really wonderful and lovely bundle of joy and you know, an amazing human being that you are, and that kind of speaks for itself, you know. So,
thank you, Karen. And same back to you as well. Because you're everywhere. You're here, there, everywhere. You're in, 1 minute you're in Texas, then you're back, then you're in Atlanta, then you're... It's just... We're
always checking in with each other. Okay,
yeah.
I miss you, but where are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where? But I love that no matter how near or far, we just pick up and then that's that. We just, you know.
Yeah, and that's what it's like. And I think that even though these times are crazy, it's nice that a lot of people have been able to reconnect in that way. And it, like, for some, it has been years, or they are on other sides of the planet. And it's just, it's just so cool that we can like slow down to do that.
Yeah, more connected. I feel like we're catching up and doing things that we never had as much time to do before. And I think one of them too is also catching up with friends and you know, friendships, relationships, all of that. It's even though it's just so harrowing what is happening out there on the front line, and then we're being asked to stay home. That in itself is a blessing in disguise. I think you have to see the silver lining in all of this with staying at home, especially during those moments where we feel like cabin fever or a bit of angst. Then it's always good. I've always said to, you know, remember our gratitude. So I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for our friendship and our thoughts and our memories I mean, just thinking about everything we've been through these past, since 2013, end of 2013. Yeah, when we first embarked on this Galavant journey.
Right.
My gosh, Luki.
Karen, it's life.
And that's what we have to be grateful for, is that we do have this life that each of us
Yeah.
are given, and it's what we choose to do with that life, what we want it to be. And I find that as each year goes by, my happiness becomes more and more important.
Absolutely.
And that is something that we can work on, that's in our control. So
Yes.
thanks for being so incredibly inspiring to everyone here. There's so much love. Look, Daniel Bassa says, pop, pop, pop. He's giving lots of balloons, red dots.
People are so creative with the gifs, the emojis.
Right? Do you want to say anything?
It's so cool.
No?
I think for a lot of people who've been requesting, I will say, pop, pop, before I go. And that's it there. You did it. You had it. You got it. It's done. I did see that you can do like the things down here. I didn't even realize that they work during this. I should have just done this the whole time. Look at my skin, man.
What do you mean? I've got to learn that. I didn't see any skin. I'd like some skin.
I'm gonna do this one. That's the move.
Looking so.
Karen, it's really sunny out. I need my sunglasses on. I don't know what it's like in LA right
that's
now.
a perfect way to end this. So thank you so much. I love you so much, and I miss you, Tara.
Love you too, Karen. And hopefully I'll be able to come and give you a massive hug at some point in the near future. Oh man, it's so mind blowing. But yes, love you loads. Miss you loads too. And yeah, hopefully see you soon.
All right, love. Thanks for this.
No, thanks for having me on. Tea with Karen's been good, man. This has been working up.
See you, love.
All right, see you later.
Bye now.
Bye.